Hey everyone, how are you? Welcome to the 23rd day of Christmas Advent. This is going to be a slightly longer pre-recorded video because I'm not just going to talk about the Christmas Advent. I've got a couple of other cool things happening. But let's go ahead and do the Advent first. Let's take a look at this. And of course, if you've been following along, or maybe you're just watching this for the first time, we have this lovely Advent dice calendar from Doodragow Gaming. And this, my wife got this. This is not sponsored by them, but it is still pretty neat, I think. And we are on day 23 now. I went ahead and cut it open, but I haven't looked at it yet to see what it is. So let's see what dice we got. Our saying inside is, "It's tomorrow at last. Roll for patience." And we have this very cool looking 8-sider, which hopefully I can get that to focus. Of course, we've been having our lovely raft of technical issues with that. But if you guys can kind of see that, it's sort of a galactic kind of space looking 8-sider there. So let's take a roll. A 3. Okay, not bad. A little less than average. So that's what we got, and tomorrow we'll open our last Advent door. So I just kind of wanted to talk about the year a little bit, because, you know, you get little pop-ups and notifications on YouTube, and they, you know, tell you what your analytics are, and you look at them, and I kind of wanted to talk about the channel in review for 2022. This year saw us cross over to 1,000 subs. When we started the year, we were at 800 some subs, and we have jumped up 605. The channel is at 1434, or is it 1424? Let me see. 1434 subs, which is pretty good numbers. And I'm real happy. All of you folks who've subscribed, I mean, thank you so much. It's really awesome that you take time out of your days plural, to listen to the show, to come on the streams and sit out in the audience, to hang out with us on the Discord. That's a lot of fun. And it means a lot to me. It really does, and I appreciate everything you do. There's something I do want to address. I started at the beginning of the year rather optimistically a Patreon, and guys, I'm gonna bring Patreon content in 2023. There's gonna be content for tiers. I'll get it sorted out, and I apologize for those of you who are patrons and you've been patiently waiting, or you're on Subscribestar, because we have a few folks that do Subscribestar, and you've been patiently waiting for cool stuff, and the cool stuff hasn't come yet, but it will. It will, I promise. So all in all, it's been a really successful year. Now, I would love it if this channel got 10,000 subs. Obviously, it's not going to happen in 2023, right? I mean, barring some phenomena like, you know, I summon the ghost of Gary Gygax to sit here and co-host the show with me or something, I highly doubt there's going to be 10,000 more subscriptions on the channel. Well, 8,000 and change. But I'd like to, in the next year or two, maybe reach that. And if I do, I think we'll celebrate it by having like a real convention, like a real mini gaming con down here in Florida. I'll figure out a space, an equitable gate price, and if folks want to come on down here and hang out and play games for a day or a couple, then that'll be just hunky-dory. But that's kind of down the road. That's looking a ways into the future. But one cool thing that is happening in this year, and I've talked about this a lot, is I really want to jettison a lot of the negativity, guys. I mean, I can focus on the 90% of stuff out there that's bad and negative, or I can put 100% of my focus on the positive, and I can create the positive. Everybody has, some terrible thing that happened at a game, whether it's terrible because it's objectively bad. The dude stood up and punched the DM in the face. The girl was chased away because everybody was saying horrible, sexist things about her character. There's a million and one of those stories out there. And I know a lot of people, they feel the catharsis from telling those stories. And I would never say, shut up, you shouldn't be heard. But the channels that do that, they have their niche. But what about the times when there was friendships forged at a table? When that guy actually turned out to be a dude who just needed some friends, and he became your longtime gaming buddy, and you've known him forever. Those are the kind of stories I want to bring. Tales of Tabletop Triumph. They'll be pre-recorded videos, and I'll kind of follow the standard format. You'll get the text on the screen, maybe me badly playing a video game in the background, and then I, just kind of read it. But that's happening. Okay, that's part of the focus on positivity. I have a project in the works. I'm working on something with Tracy Lesh that will be very old school. It will be very classic D&D oriented. Tracy is gonna knock out the art for me, and I think it's gonna be a really cool book. I'm not doing any crowdfunding on it, at least until the whole manuscript is done, edited, complete, the illustrations are completely done, and it's laid out. All right. So basically, the only crowdfunding will be that you order a copy and you get it sent to you. I'm not doing a thing where I say, okay, we're launching the Kickstarter and here's a da-da-da-da-da-da. And then real life happens and nothing gets done and it ends up delayed and so on and etc. But it will be a very cool book. And I hope you guys like it. I'll announce more on it as we go. Of course, tomorrow is New Year's Eve, December 2022. Tomorrow, I'm sorry, I said New Year's Eve, it's Christmas Eve tomorrow. And then it's kind of Christmas week thereafter. So there may not be a huge amount of videos coming from me. And that's fine. But after January 1st or 2nd, yeah, Katie bar the door, as we say here in the South, because there's going to be a lot of cool content coming from me. And you're still going to get 5 nights a week. We're going to be back with first edition AD&D on Tuesday. Kyle's going to run something awesome for us on Wednesday. And then Friday night, we'll do Gamma World until that wraps up. And then we'll launch onto something else. So all that is still gonna happen. You're just gonna get more. You're gonna get more from me, which I hope you guys like. Now, one thing that's happening is tomorrow. Now, I don't know if it's tomorrow night or if it's Christmas. As soon as I know, I'll announce it on the Discord and I'll put it up in the discussion area on YouTube, and I'll announce it on Twitter. But James and Megan of Neckbeardia are going to read what I consider the best of my Christmas adventure scenarios that I run for my Monday night first edition AD&D group. Basically, after every session, I sit down and I do a summary of what happened in that night's game, because sometimes, when you've got 11 people, if you've got a couple of folks out, it's nice to kind of find out what happened. So I sort of write those up. It's a little bit of prose, not too much. But they were asking about Christmas role-playing game sessions on Twitter, and we kind of got to talking. So that's going to happen. And I'm excited about it. I'm excited to see what they say about that. So when I know whether it's Christmas Eve or Christmas Day, I'll let you guys know. So that's pretty cool. I'm looking forward to that. And last but not least, I have some candies. Now, I ordered some miniatures from Hassle Free. They're a company located in the UK, and they arrived in good order. It took a while to get here, but I'm not upset. I knew, ordering from the UK around the holidays, it was going to take a while, but they sent me some candies, and I have, I'll bring this up on Still Store, as it were. And you guys, so the first one that we're going to try out here, this is Tango apple flavored popping candy, which I think this is going to be like a Pop Rocks kind of affair. And I guess we'll find out. Is there like a tear? I think there's a tear strip here in the middle. I want to make sure that I get that. So here we go. This is candy from the UK, so it's not made with corn syrup. It's actually made with sugar. I'm not saying it's good for you. I'm just saying that's the case. I really shouldn't be eating candy at all. But here we go. So, smells very appley. Yeah. So it's Pop Rocks. It's very good. A fella could get used to that. Can you guys hear that? So there's Tango. That's what Pop Rocks from the UK are called. They have a nice tart beginning, but a very mellow, sort of sugary finish to them. And the other that I've got here, this is an intriguingly named Fizzers. Now, here's an interesting thing about the Fizzers. Here in the United States, if you're not familiar, we have a candy that is packaged identically to these, that looks identical to these, called Smarties. Smarties in Canada, Australia, the UK, everywhere else in the world are M&Ms that are like the size of a quarter. They're chocolate in a candy shell. Smarties here in the United States are little sweet tart-like candies that are packaged just like this. So I don't know what these are, if these are actually going to be like fizzy like candy, like the Pop Rocks, or excuse me, the Tango candies were, but we're about to find out. So I'm going to have one of these. I'm not eating the whole stack. Wind up on a sugar bender tonight. I need some protein, so we're going to try one of these. And I mean, color is not really incumbent on flavor, but let's see. So this. So yeah, this is basically like just a tangier Smartie that you have here in the States. They don't fizz. There's no fizz to these. But anyway, it's delicious candy, and thank you so much, so much to the folks at Hassle Free for throwing that in the envelope. I really appreciate it. And that's about all I've got for you guys. There will be the final Advent calendar opening video tomorrow, but it's just going to be a brief one. So, listen, thank you guys for everything you've done this year, for sticking around and watching the show. We have some great people out there who've done some amazing things for the channel for free, for basically no cost. Just to hang out, And after every show, I read off the list of supporters on Patreon and Subscribe Star and so on. But really, it's all of you guys, every single one of you. And if I woke up in December 23rd of 2023 and my sub count was exactly the same, 1434, I would be okay with that, because I love you guys. I do. All right. I really mean it. The folks that come on and talk to me on stream, that reach out to me, and it's a lot of the same folks, but a lot of the times I just get messages, like I'll see a comment on a video, or somebody will reach out to me on social media and say, hey, I went back and watched your video from 5 years ago when you talked about Keep on the Borderlands. I love it. That's my favorite module. And I thought I was the only person in the world who, just used that to play D&D. And it's wonderful stuff like that. It really makes me happy. So there will be, as I said, pre-recorded video tomorrow. But until then, be good to each other. Be merry and cheerful in this time of year, however you celebrate the holidays. Just take care, and I'll see you on the Kringle side. Take care.